man out there on tour.
No, you're absolutely right there. He's a complete player. It'll certainly be interesting to keep an eye on this rivalry throughout the event. Playing this shot from about 210 yards out. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Yeah, disappointing not to find the surface, Rich, but I like that play.
Well, definitely the wind had to have gotten a hold of that one.
Putting for birdie. Ooh, right by the hole. As they say, drive for show, putt for dough. That'll cost you. Just a 4-footer remaining. Don't want to miss it. Could be costly. Starting the round above par today.
And his stumble on the opening hole never sets the tone very well. It'll be interesting to see how they react.
He's currently tied for 9th. We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
And this effort by Justin Thomas.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands.
He'll be only ahead for a short while.
Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
There we go.
Give yourself a pat on the back. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Well, by my estimation, they're looking at 110 here.
Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. He's found the surface. Good chance
here.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Well, you can't make them all. Go tap it in.
Not doing too good today.
The next. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
And this putt to move into the top 5. And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. And after that hole, they're currently in a tie for the lead with Bubba Watson.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Pulled it.
This one is headed to the right. This putt for par here. just didn't drop.
Another bogey.
Job done. Let's head to the next. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. The sixth hole here at Riviera is very unique, isn't it, Rich?
Who puts a bunker in the center of the green? No one else except for the folks at Riviera Country Club. I love this hole.
Oh my God, this is gonna suck.
Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here.
This is what they have left.
Might want to
here.
use my line this time. That's a significant deal. Out there, maybe?
Might need to get the feel back on the putting green. 9 feet to the cup.
Might want to check that.
That's half a chance of being holed, this one. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it, but again, you push it a little bit and now the Barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Justin Thomas, major champion, world #1 player, really has all the attributes, doesn't he, Rich?
He does. His focus on his own game is amazing. I think that this kid really understands how to play the game. He's got all the shots, but he doesn't try and get up there and hit it as hard as he can every single time. He gets out there and he learns how to play the game, hit the finesse shots when you need it, take some risks when you need to, but also back off when you don't need to. This kid is a real deal, complete game from head to toe.
Currently at +1 for the day.
I got a ways to go to take first.
The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose your own adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flag stick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flag stick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
Needs this one to kick right. Not a bad play, that one. Come on, let's make this putt. It's for a share of 4th on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using my line. Who cares? It's just for fun anyway.
Well, that'll play, and that puts him into the top 5 for the tournament. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's see, I want to pull this up real quick.
Well, that was a beauty. That had eyes for the whole way.
Yeah, that is not what you want to come up against mid-round, mid-rivalry. That was mean.
The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the club.
Okay.
It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Tracking.
Ooh, that should have been in.
The par on this one. Well, I'm interested in my buddy Beamer's thoughts at this duel after 9 holes.
Well, it's been great watching this player get the best of their rival, but still a long way to go until the end of this tournament. Let's see how it shakes out.
And the players left with an opportunity to get up and down here from the sand. That's brilliant out of the sand. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. And that will take him to 1 under. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And from the greenside rough here. Didn't that look good for a long time?
Man, that was close.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
Right about there. Nope, slightly off.
That was a gallant
And it was
attempt.
still the same spot. Are you
And
freaking
that should
kidding me?
secure the par on this one. Currently 1 under for the event. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Let's take a look at the current standings. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead.
Okay.
Rich, the 13th hole. Slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the Barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
And he's down there. You got to read.
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Looking good.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Back-to-back birdies never hurt, Rich.
Gotta like it. He's feeling it.
Now 2 shots up after that one. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart. The par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history. Won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy. Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
Lining up the birdie putt here.
Oh, this is a weird green. That's what I thought. It's going to be off to the right.
Oh, they're going to walk this one in.
That's one of those putts that you're proud of at the end of a round. They all add up. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. And after that hole, you're now 2 clear of Bubba Watson. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Looking better.
The putt drops, now at 5 under, heading down the stretch.
We'll take it.
Just a small sliver of a lead. This could go any different direction down the stretch.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. And with a quick glance at the scoreboard, they're currently on top, with Bubba Watson in second.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf.
Yep, tracking nicely.
He's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead. And that will take him to 6 under. The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
This is their look at birdie.
If it's up, it could be in.
I should have went slightly more.
Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome-looking second.
Playing this shot from about 170 yards out. Going with the 8-iron here. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot this. It's all come down to this. A putt for the title. Well, a spectacular week comes to a close. Congratulations to the Genesis Invitational winner, Riviera, the home of your champion.
It was a Hollywood ending for this winner. What a performance all week long.
Not bad, chat. Not bad.
And Henny, that was some impressive play. To take down a rival of that caliber and to win the event, what a performance.
Yes, Luke, we doubted them, but they got the job done and they took down their hero. The rivalry is theirs.
That's probably the worst game I've played so far.
On social media for,
Just before I started streaming tonight, I played a match earlier and got me a hole-in-one for the first time on this particular golf game.
See you next time.
Oop, wrong button. There we go. Okay.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northern Shore Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be following this featured group because there are rumours of a rivalry brewing between these two players.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry.
Take
Just
that
make
for a
sure
start.
You don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yeah, she's a born
Oh,
winner,
I
isn't she,
pulled
Brooke
that
Henderson?
one bad.
This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. Ooh, that almost went down. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Yeah, I don't
She's
care about
2
Brooke.
strokes behind her rival this week.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Now let's hear from our on-course reporter, John McCarthy, who I see is just rolling up his beach towel. Been striding the fairways here in Florida for the last couple of days leading up to the event. John, what's the Emery Beach Club all about?
Well, Luke, one thing it's about is it's about water. Water hazards will feature prominently on this course this week. The greens also very undulating. There are ridges, there are shelves, there are tiers. I hope the players have done their homework this week because these approach shots into these greens, they're always important, but especially so here at Emery Beach. Several holes feature one of Beamer's nemesis, the tiny bunker. The tiny bunker is in play this week, so you got to be careful off the tee as they seem to pop out where you least expect them. Beautiful Florida course, though. I will enjoy the scenery.
Hold that one to the right.
I hope the players will enjoy the challenge of Emery Beach Club this week.
Going with the 6-iron here.
Ooh, this is going to be a long one.
Play. Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt.
This for a birdie run.
Ooh, that one's ugly. That one's a very ugly line. Might have overdone it on that.
Okay,
yeah, just a little bit.
This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
This is what they have left for a par.
Yeah, it was a narrow miss.
Well,
that's
took a
providing
bogey.
some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. He's currently in a share of top spot. The 5th hole here at Emery Beach Golf Club is 172-yard par 3 from the back tees. Rich, what were your thoughts?
Look, the water on the left-hand side really is just there for decoration. Doesn't come into play. The difficult part, though, is this green sits well above the fairway there on the left-hand side. Most players are going to be bailing out, not wanting to go in that bunker to the right, but you miss it out to the left.
Oof.
You got a really challenging up and down.
And this one is for his par. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Ouch, that hurts. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Let's see what happens here on the 6th. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par. Chance to pipe one up the middle.
Hold to the right.
Nicely done.
Rich, Canadian golf has had a number of people to be able to hang their hat on over the years. Obviously, most recent on the men's side, Mike Weir is a major winner. But the impact that Brooke Henderson has had on the game seems to have been even more significant.
It has been, and she doesn't carry the mantle just for women's golf in Canada. She carries the mantle for Canadian golf in general. She's such an amazing, delightful young lady to be around. Her personality is infectious. She's just a good soul. And she carries that around to the golf course. I mean, 2-time major winner. But what I'm impressed about most with her game, Luke, is the fact that, you know, she is such a long hitter in the game. You don't quite see too...
Oh, my. How about that for a par?
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. Wow, that was just striped. Second shot here on the 7th. And hitting yet another green here in regulation. That's tracking. Gets that one to go down, and that's back-to-back birdies. And that will take him to 3 under.
We'll keep this
Currently
momentum if we can.
position. Opting for the 5-iron.
Ooh,
It's
go
hitting
that
the rough
way,
and line.
right.
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 9 feet from the cup.
Oh, that line was looking good, wasn't it? This one's for bogey. Leading
Another
by a
bogey.
shot after that hole. This hole is a par 5.
Going and going and going.
Second shot here on the 9th. Looks like they've got the 5-wood.
This one needs to kick left and kick left hard.
This putt is from 14 feet. Oh, just missed. A birdie putt awaits. You know, it's not if you make bogeys, it's how you respond. Well done. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Here we go, Rich.
Oh,
in the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Yeah, but I like the position. I like being out in front. That forces the other players to come catch you. I like their position.
That's heading for the fairway. Around 110 yards to go. Currently leading by 2. Choosing the 9-iron here. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 10th.
And a fantastic look upcoming. This is on a great line.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second.
I see we got 2 viewers today.
For birdie, they'll be proud
Feel
of
free to
themselves
say
to
hi.
keep it rolling.
Let's see what we got here.
Going with the hybrid. Just needs this one to kick right. And this putt will take them to 5 under.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Oh, that's a nice line. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And that will take him to 5 under.
We will take it.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Here we are, Rich, on the 12th tee at Emery Beach. And this par 5 is at 550 from the back tees.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the
Right in the
right-hand side.
bunker.
Comes into play if you really mishit it. But the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up and down birdie.
Getting ready to play their third.
This one is all over it.
This putt of about 7 feet to the hole.
Ooh, misjudged that one a little.
Frustrating. And this putt coming up for his par. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
It's time to check on the leaderboard. Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage. Time to face a par 4 now. Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Second shot here on the 13th. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card.
Almost overdid it.
Move him to 6 under par. A spot in the top 10 awaits if they can make this putt. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 6-stroke advantage. Here we have a long par 4. It's going to take 2 great shots to get on. Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. Playing from around 210 yards here. Could roll into the rough on this one.
Oof.
That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
This putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
An important par save.
Just didn't drop.
Overdid it. Another bogey.
Well, they say a bogey pleases someone. The rest of the field buoyed now after that drop shot by our leader. Let's see what happens here on the 15th. Good shot there, Beamer. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say. Over 300 yards from the tee as well.
This putt coming up is for birdie. Ooh, right by the hole. That's just about 3 feet away. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost. This one's a par 3. Going with the pitching wedge here.
This one's going to the right.
Time for the second shot at the 16th. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
And now we can take a look at how
Oh,
that
boy.
plays the leaderboard. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Yeah, that one will play. Second shot here on the 17th. Wow, that almost went in the hole. 7 feet to the cup. Good looking putt. And that putt will drop and he'll extend his lead. And that will take him to 6 under. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. And a chance to ice the tournament here. Holding the lead, playing the last.
Shanked her.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader.
Huge tee shot there, Luke. What a display of power. Just a bit outside into the
Ah,
rough.
come on.
That's going to find the water, sadly. And here we are with their 4th. Well struck. Well, all that hard work, it's time to pay it off. Make this for the tournament.
Their short game.
Oh, come on.
They've been really.
And they've done it. it puts a smile on your face to see someone live a lifelong dream.
Backing up the Brinks truck once again this week, filling it up.
And as we recap all our rivalry results, it's a big thank you to our gal on the ground, Henny Koyak, for bringing us all the action from this group today.
Thank you, Luke. The pleasure was all mine. I got to see some incredible shots and some not so good stuff, but what a day.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Koyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.
Alright, let's see. Apparel. As Titleist. Balls, I should be using Callaway. Clubs, I should be using Ping. Okay, got it. Let's figure out what the yellow dot is here. Oh, I got another one. Do I have any Callaways? No, I don't have any Callaway. Oh well, screw it. We're just gonna play the way we play. I think that's what I've been using. Okay. Let's start the next round, shall we? Hey, Christine, get me more Arizona. No.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beem in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi, Luke. I'm very happy to be out here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of 2 players
Oh,
that
shanked her
appear to have
to the
entered
left.
into this fantastic rivalry.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Colin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Colin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, it's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron play as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Colin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots.
All right, let's see
Now
what we
over
can
to
pull
Colin
here.
Morikawa.
He's sitting there in the rankings at 4th.
And back to the course with the live action. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is
Ooh.
up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Oh, so close. Putting for par.
We'll
In she
take a
goes.
par.
Let's head to the next. Currently 1 under for the tournament. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the 3rd.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number 1. Water down the left-hand side, you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
Is that what they had in mind?
Missing it short there, they will definitely be upset.
Oh, what a wonderful bunker shot. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. The first of the par 5s reached the 4th hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side that shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par 5, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
Rich, I love being back at Bay Hill every time because you get to honour the absolute legend of our game, the King, Arnold Palmer. There's just an air of something extra special this week, isn't there?
When you step on the property here at Bay Hill, you know you're in the presence of something special. Arnold Palmer's legacy was really built here, wasn't it? Granted, he absolutely brought everything he had to the PGA Tour, but when you come to Bay Hill and you have all the monuments, especially the statue right there to the right behind number 1 and number 10 tee boxes, you just get a chill down your spine like, man, this is some kind of awesome place. I cannot wait to tee it up here. In saying that, Mr. Palmer did not leave a golf course. That's very easy for these players. But listen, they come back here every year knowing that they need and they want to honor the gentleman who helped form the legacy of the PGA Tour. And that's why they're out here playing for all the money.
Beautiful.
Henny, how bad is this lie?
Oh, they got so unlucky here, just off the fairway, but not sitting nicely.
Ooh, this is gonna suck.
Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. Now let's switch our focus to
Might need to
Colin
use my
Morikawa.
line on this
Yeah,
one.
he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
This putt will move them to 3 under par.
Little
Well, maybe
birdie
not.
in here.
Might be able to get away with it. I shouldn't have moved.
And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. He sits in first position. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th, Rich. A lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left.
Where
of the
is the hole? Right
out there. We'll leave a layup
there.
out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
Oh, well played. Few players in the history of the game have had a bigger impact so early in their career than Collin Morikawa, Rich. Some comparisons go as close to Tiger Woods.
As they should be currently right now with what he has done in the game so far in his young career. He's come out each and every week and put pressure on every single player because of his
beautiful
ball striking,
shot.
because they know that there's no weaknesses in his game other than sometimes the putter. But when you hit it as good as he does, you're bound to make a putt now and again. And each and every week when he shows up, players on the driving range are looking at him going, okay, he's here. I got to have my A game.
Certainly feels like sky's the limit for Collin Morikawa.
2 major championships under his belt right now. Surely more in his future.
Currently 3 strokes up after that hole. Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Opting for the 6 iron. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left. Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. 6 feet remaining to the cup. Hang on, this looks pretty handy. That's a good putt for par, you'll take it. Now over to Collin Morikawa.
He's currently in 3rd place.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. And after that effort, that's how it looks. Still in the lead now after that hole. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging the tee shot and approach.
Scorecard.
Here, Luke. The fairway camber's
Yeah, that
good
was
from
an
right to
eagle.
left,
I
kicking
wasn't
the golf
certain
ball
if it
towards
was or
that
not.
bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your 2nd shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
Sitting at 4 under for the day, currently leading. Attaboy, good shot. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got just over 16 feet here.
Okay, steady now. This is a par putt. And down it goes. Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 170 yards. Had a fantastic drive.
This one looks like it'll safely make the green. This putt is of 9 feet. Was on a good line. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Oh, that looks like a pure stroke. As we step into the second 9 here, Rich, and the short par 4 10th.
players have looked at this hole differently over the years. It used to be just a layup shy of that bunker down the right-hand side. But with a favorable wind, we're seeing a lot more players take out driver and take it over that bunker, leaving a very short second to a green that is slightly elevated.
They have absolutely flushed that one. Colin Morikawa, he was meant to be the original and best approach player, but I think we have a new sheriff in town.
This putt is about 8 feet. That's pretty tidy. Oh, gee, that line was...
Man, these lines are just
an opportunity to
hard to read.
And now 4 under for the day. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 third, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing.
Hold that baby to the left.
Left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this.
This one's looking good.
Oh, just missed. Just a short putt remaining here.
Oh, that's a bogey.
Leading by 3 strokes now. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer has really started to mimic front and back nines.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th.
Oh, it'd be nice to make this putt. This is for eagle.
Ah.
And they'll tap this in for birdie. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side. Open up the angle for your second shot. And it's obvious, you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side. Make a par. Pretty simple.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently in 4th place.
Oh, a 9-foot chance here.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Ouch, that hurts. Yep, well done. And with that hole finished, they're currently sitting in top spot on the leaderboard. Lexi Thompson holds second. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there. And this putt will take them to 5 under par. That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. And with that hole finished, they're currently in the lead, with Brooke Henderson following in second. As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4 here, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
He's currently sitting in 1st place.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Oh, what a shot by our leader.
Wow, was that a massive drive there?
No, 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 no.
How?
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Straight into the water. sitting at 6 under for the day. Currently in top spot. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Okay, time to return to the action. And he needs this to save par. Hey, that's a chance. And down she goes. So, still currently for that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Honestly, guys, I stopped counting at 40 feet. This is way out.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. All these are good putts to make. Good for momentum, right on 7 feet.
This for par.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's sitting there just in 3rd place.
Colin Morikawa setting up his shot. Wow, oh, what a touch of class. Holds it from the sand. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right.
Oh, size them up for the red cardigan that Arnold Palmer made famous. You are the Arnold Palmer Invitational Champion.
Got that one.
And what a week it was. A fantastic victory. Sensational victory on arguably one of the tour's hardest golf courses. Way to go. Great win.
Well, they came, they saw, and they conquered. They took down a fierce rival, and that's a victory they should be proud of, Henny.
Oh, absolutely. They silenced the giant today. They got the job done against the odds. We shouldn't ever have doubted them. There was some spectacular golf out there, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.
Okay.
.2K Sports, in association with the PGA
Okay,
Tour,
here we go again.
presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi, Luke. I'm very pleased to be covering this particular featured group because there's a fresh rivalry developing. I smell rivalry in the air. It's going to provide some great entertainment to both the spectators and us this week.
Yeah, so this week their goal is to beat Jon Rahm. Henny, that is by no means an easy feat.
No, if Jon Rahm is fired up, sparks could fly. You want to be out of the way. And he's just going to go straight through like a Spanish bull.
Yes, he's fire and brimstone, isn't he, Jon Rahm? All the Americans couldn't beat him in a Ryder Cup. This player, well, it's an ambitious rivalry to say the least. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
Terrific shot. Almost an eagle. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. Let's take a look at the par 3 third. Straight away mid-iron to short iron shot.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
16 feet to the cup.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Just didn't drop. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on. Currently 1 under for the day. Well, the fourth is another great example that it doesn't need to be a long par 4 to be a testing one. This fourth can be menacing, can't it?
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green, the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. Yes, they've made it. And that will take him to 2 under. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. A strong hole this one, isn't it?
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
Just 3 feet to the cup. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? Oh, seems to have got a big piece of that one. Striped. Time for the second shot here at the 6th. Oh, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. What an opportunity to make a birdie. Ooh, nice line. And that will drop in for a birdie.
Yeah, we're just rolling along.
Let's catch up with Jon Rahm. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, he's no longer sharing top spot. He's at the summit all alone. As we go from a wonderful little par 4, we go to a challenging, longer par 4, the 7th.
And as you can see, there's a long fairway bunker down the left-hand side that makes you believe there's more room left than you actually have. It's just not there. Players should be looking a little bit further right. If you find the fairway, your second shot should be straightforward. In fact, Luke, I made a 2 here one time, so that shows you how simple this hole can be.
You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today.
That was a lucky birdie right there.
Currently 3 strokes up after that hole. The 8th hole, a long par 3 stretching 240 yards at its maximum. It's no sleeper, that's for sure.
I don't find anything sleepy about this hole. The front of this green is so narrow. There's no place to land it, especially when they put the flagstick there. This hole will grab your attention, as it should, because it's a long iron to a sliver of an opening. Even when they put the pin on the right-hand side, you want no part of it. The center of the green all day long here.
Nicely holed, and for par. We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
Well, he's
nobody cares about Jon Rahm.
Second place, looking to leapfrog.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. The final hole on the opening 9 at TPC Sawgrass Stadium course, Rich, is a clever 3-shotter.
Par 5, 500.
Ooh, shank that bad boy.
Most players will play this as a 3-shotter. Just find the fairway out to the left, second shot out to the right, sets up a very simple third shot to a very narrow green. Miss it right or left, good luck getting it up and down.
Sitting at -4. currently in the lead. They get a little ground draw here. Let's go to Jon Rahm.
He's currently in second place, hoping to overtake the leader.
3 feet to go here to the hole.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Well, Rich, this is the pivotal final 9 coming up, and the players perfectly positioned. They've given themselves a chance.
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival, that's for sure. They're winning the rivalry thus far. Should be fun to see where these two end up at the end of the event.
Wow. I think I want it right about there.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Here we are, Rich, a wonderful opportunity on the table. The chance to go back-to-back. Just how big would that be?
Obviously massive, but I'm very impressed. They've put themselves in a position to win for the second week in a row. Impressive.
Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
Looking for another birdie here.
Beautiful.
And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
Well, he's behind, just in second place, looking to leapfrog.
Oh, almost went in. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes. There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole.
Short.
Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this hole.
Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Well, the tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12th. Most players can reach the green. It's just a decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right in those dunes, in the mounds, and little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
Let's go to Jon Rahm.
He's currently in second place, hoping to overtake the leader.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Leading by 5 shots after that. Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 3 13.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
There's a few birdie opportunities out of the gate here on the second 9 at TPC Sawgrass, but it really starts to toughen up down the stretch, starting here with a difficult par 4 14.
Difficult tee shot on this, playing some 481 yards from the tip. You find the fairway, and you've got a decent chance of finding the green with your second shot. But if you're out of position anywhere on this hole, your number will go up exponentially.
Steady on. A par putt awaits. I like the look of this. Yep, you'll take that. We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage. The par 4 15th again requires another strong tee shot because there's some trees in the way, Rich.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players. Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there, so finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
Par putt coming up here. And after that hole, they currently lead in first place with Jon Rahm in second.
Luke in the lead with his rival not too far behind. Playing with the lead, going to the final round can sometimes be tricky. Do they have what it takes to get it done?
To win the Players' Championship, you've got to run the gauntlet, Rich. Here we are with that big testing second shot at 16.
The water down the right-hand side is very obvious. What's not obvious are the grass bunkers on the left-hand side. You hit it in those, no guarantee of getting up and down. If you take on the green and find it, then you're almost guaranteed a birdie 4.
Let's return to live play now. Getting ready to play their third. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. Let's go to Jon Rahm.
Well, he's behind, just in second place, looking to leapfrog.
All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for birdie here.
Oh, terrific. What an effort.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right
Okay,
direction.
final hole. What
Still
can
in
we
the lead
do?
now after that hole? Let's head to the finishing hole. This wonderful par 4 18th. Wonderful only if you're a spectator.
It's wonderful if you're not playing it for a lot of cash. It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green.
And that'll do it, Rich. Players Champion. That's one of the elite wins in their career.
Winning the Players' Championship, Luke, is easily as good as winning any major because the field quality is so amazing. This is going to speak volumes for this player and
Well, that was simple.
Going forward. This
Again.
is a heck of a win. I can't wait to see what they produce next.
And Rich, what a performance. They've got back-to-back wins. What a force they're proving to be out here on tour.
I gotta say, this player is in full flight at the moment. Just sit back and watch how awesome they are at the moment.
Well, that was a thrilling day. And on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us.
Wish I had somebody to play with. Need to get some Nike tops. Well, looks like we're going with purple. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait to buy the pants. That's okay. Titleist clubs, tailor-made balls. Okay. Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey.
Hold that to the left.
Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hi Luke, what a gorgeous day as this event kicks off our featured group. Well, we've got two players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player is looking to beat Lydia Ko, which, let's be honest, will take all their skill and poise.
Oh, absolutely. This will be a certain KO for this player. I can't imagine that Lydia's going to let anybody beat her. When we talk about young phenoms, Lydia comes to mind. She's got it all.
Ding, ding, ring that bell. Let the bout begin. Good putt, that.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
It's just about 3 feet away. That was a top-level approach shot, but unfortunately they walk off the green with a par. Here's Lydia Ko. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. So, no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall. The Copperhead course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on
Must
the right.
have hit a tree.
Players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
From about 200 yards out. Looks to be going with the 6-iron.
This needs to go a little bit right once it lands.
Big putt for
Better
par
check
coming
this
up.
one.
Looking great now.
Oh, how about that one? Well, that's worth reviewing. Let's roll the videotape.
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
It's been a little up and down, but she's just one stroke back from her rival.
The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
Chance to get one under the card with this putt. That'll sting a bit. Well hold. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Aggressive play here, going with driver off the tee. Wow, that was just striped. There have been a lot of players that have come out and people are quick to label them as prodigious talents and what they can do, but it's true about Lydia Ko that she is one of the game's prodigies.
Luke, when you say prodigy, I think Lydia Ko's name should just be, instead of prodigy, just say, look at Lydia Ko. Because this young lady has seemingly done it all at 14 years young. 14, won a professional event. The youngest men or women to ever win a tournament that early. That is astounding. 18 years old, major champion with a final round 63. It's mind-blowing how good this young lady was at such an early age. Yes, had a little lull there for a little bit, but now come back out and is just taken the world by storm again. 17 wins already and building in her professional career. The sky is the limit for Lydia.
The sixth hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
This shot from 120 yards. Currently tied for the lead. Oh, that's a great approach shot.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
Ooh, right by the hole. And this one is for his par. Currently 1 under for the event. Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the 6th behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left are going to be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green.
Love watching this player around the greens.
Here's Lydia Ko. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks.
Huh.
Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
That's frustrating. This putt of about 6 feet coming up. Nice little putt to hole, that one. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee at par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Well, Rich, you think they're going to make this one?
I really can't say I'm a fan of their chances on this one, Luke, but I tell you what, I've been wrong once before.
Well, a lovely position for this player, Rich. Tied for the lead as they make the turn.
Yeah, you always want to be up or in the lead going in the final 9 holes. That's what they practice for. That's what they want to be. They want to be in this position. Let's see how it all plays out.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
A chance to move to a couple under the card with this putt. Ooh. Just 3 feet to the cup. He finds himself in a share of the lead. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway. And you can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
Putting for an eagle. Okay, steady now. The putt drops, and we're moving on. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Well, a birdie's also in your heart, standing on the 12th tee. A short par 4, Rich. Decisions to be made?
Just a long iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. Second shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
This one's for birdie. And now that finds him in first place. Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, this tee shot is about as hard as 8th grade algebra. It is absolutely mind-bending. It doesn't look like much, but that green absolutely... I think the green is made out of Gore-Tex. It repels golf balls.
Putting for birdie here. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Those are the kind of putts the best in the world make with monotonous regularity. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
See my guys.
Leading by 1 shot.
Like, you motherfucker.
Par 5's Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Nicely done. Getting ready to play their third. He leads the field by a stroke. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey. They've decided to club up.
And back to the play, shall we? Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet.
Damn it.
Ooh, a little bit of a rush of blood by the looks of it. Solid par putt, that. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green, but don't miss it left. That is no good.
This one's dialed in. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
Luke, I gotta say, I don't like their chances. I have been wrong once before, but I really can't remember when that was.
The Copperhead's penultimate hole is a good par 3 playing up the hill.
It's a tough tee shot, plays longer than what's on the yardage. Any pin that's in the front part of the green is a difficult one to find as the green is so narrow.
Oh, just missed. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones. Right on 8 feet.
Better than most.
For the par. Currently 2 under for the day. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation spot on.
And as that putt drops to the bottom, Rich, they are now the Valspar champion. What a performance.
Yeah, what a performance. What a win. I mean, just this player was just amazing all week long.
And as we take a look at our rivalry results, it's a big thank you to Henny for bringing us all the magic from the course today.
Oh, it was a pleasure to be able to follow the action out there today, Luke.
Well, another great day of action here at 2K Sports. On behalf of Rich Beam, the entire hard-working folks and team here, I'm Luke Elvey. We look forward to your company next time.
I think we're going to be done there today.